Hello everyone, this is Agent Ross and welcome back to the channel. Right now our top left health bar is still behaving like a debug UI. It listens to every health change event, so when the dummy takes damage, the player HUD becomes the dummy HUD. In this episode we are fixing that architecture properly. The top left health bar will become player only, and we will add a dedicated target health bar at the top middle of the screen. That gives us much cleaner combat feedback and also sets us for floating enemy health bars later. First, we are going to create a new component. Under the component folder, we are going to create a new file, and we are going to call this file CurrentTarget.js. Inside here, we're going to say export class CurrentTarget extends component constructor super this.entity equals null this.distance square equals infinity. We are storing target state as ECS data, not as a hidden variable inside the UI. That means other systems can reuse it later for combat, lock-on logic, and enemy UI. Next, we will go to the player factory. Inside here, we're going to import current target, and then we're going to scroll down. Right here, we're going to say world.addComponent entity new current target. The player now owns current target state. That means the combat target becomes part of the player's ECS data model. Next, we are going to create a new system file. Under the system folder, we are going to create a new file, and we will call this file CombatTargetSystem.js. This file will import system, query, player control, transform, health, death, and current target. Then we are going to type export class CombatTargetSystem extends system. We will have the update function. Inside the update function, we're going to say constant players equals query.entities with world player controlled transform current target. If players.length is 0, return constant targets equals query.entities with world transform and health. For constant player of players, constant player transform equals world.getComponent player transform. Constant current target equals world.getComponent player current target. Let best target equals null. Let best distance square equals infinity. Constant max range equals 12. Constant max range square equals max range times max range. For constant E of targets, if E is player, continue. If world.hasComponent E and death, continue. If world.hasComponent with player controlled, continue. Constant T equals world.getComponent, will pass the E and transform. Constant dx equals t.x minus player transform.x. Constant dy equals t.y minus player transform.y. Constant dz equals t.z minus player transform.z. Constant distance square equals dx times dx plus dy times dy plus dz times dz. If distance square greater than max range square, continue. If distance square less than best distance square equals distance square. Best target equals E. And after this for loop, we're going to say current target dot entity equals best target. Current target dot distance square equals best target is not null, question mark, best distance square, otherwise infinity. For now, our target rule is simple. Nearest valid living target within range. That's enough to support a target health bar. And we can make the targeting smarter in a later episode. Next, we need to replace the generic health UI system with a player-only one. We are going to create a new system file, and we will call this file PlayerHealthUISystem.js. This file will import system, query, player control, and health. The rest of the code will be quite similar to our previous health system, so I'm going to write that off screen. Alright, for the class name, we set the PlayerHealthUISystem, which extends from system, and then we set the values as before for the wired, fill, text, and last signature. After that, we created an update function. We check if it's wired. If not, we create the HUD. And next, we get the player and health of the player. Then configure the signature and health text. And after that, if we scroll down, we create the create HUD function. And these are the settings for that. So first we check if the HUD exists. If not, we create the HUD. This new HUD doesn't listen to generic health events anymore. It directly reads the player's health component. So the top left bar will always stay locked to the player. Next, we are going to create another system file. And we will call this file TargetHealthUISystem.js. This file will import system, query, player control, current target, health, name, and date. I'm also not going to rewrite this file. I'm going to go ahead and write this code off screen. We name the class TargetHealthUISystem extends from system. Inside the constructor, we set the variables, and then we created the update function. Inside the update function, we check if it's wired. If not, we create the HUD. As usual, we get the player, current target, and check if the current target has date. Then we get the target's health component. And further down, we set the name, signature, and the health text. And this is the code for that. Then we're going to scroll down. In here, you can see the create HUD function. Same as before, we check if the HUD exists. If not, we create the HUD. And these are the configurations for create HUD. This is now a dedicated target bar. It doesn't care about the player's health, and the player bar doesn't care about targets. That separation is exactly what we want. Next, we are going to add the CSS for the new player and target health bars. So let's go to style.css. Inside here, we already have one generic HUD bar. We will leave it unused and add two cleaner UI blocks instead. Let's scroll down. Right at the bottom, we are going to add player HUD, player health box, player health box BG, player health fill, and these are the settings for that. Then we are going to scroll down. We have player health text, target HUD, target name, and these are the settings for that. We will scroll down further. We have target health BG, target health fill, and target health text. And these are the settings for that. We are giving player health and target health completely separate UI containers. That makes the intent of the HUD much clearer. Now let's go ahead and save this file. And after that, we are going to go to main.js. Right at the bottom, we are going to add PlayerHealthUISystem, TargetHealthUISystem, and CombatTargetSystem. And then we can remove the Health UI system from here. We are replacing all generic Health HUD system with two specialized UI systems and one targeting system. Now let's scroll down. We can remove the Health UI system from here. Then where we set the collisions, we are going to add world.addSystem, new CombatTargetSystem. After that, let's scroll up. Where we add the CombatLogUISystem, right under here, we can say world.addSystem, new PlayerHealthUISystem, world.addSystem, new TargetHealthUISystem. The targeting system should run after movement and collision, so it uses the final positions for the frame. Then the UI system can render the result. Now let's go ahead and save the file. We are seeing a white screen. Let's open up our console. Inside here, it says syntax error, identifier, current target has already been declared. And that's inside CombatTargetSystem. So let's go to there. And it says line 7. So let's remove that from here. I think it happened because when I was typing constant current target, it became capital and it automatically added extra import from there. So let's go ahead and save this file and close the console. I'm going to make the game screen bigger. Currently, we have the player health bar on the left. And let's go nearby the dummy. As we get closer, we can see training dummy. Health is 999. And if we move out, we can see the target health bar disappears. Now let's go back to near target. Training dummy health bar appears. We're going to pick up the sword. And let's pick up the leather armor as well. Let's press F to do melee attack. We can see training dummy health bar reduced. We can press a few more times. That confirms that damaging the dummy no longer hijacks the player bar. Now let's press K to do environmental damage. We can see our health bar drops. We can press a few more times. And it only updates the player health bar. We can press F again to target the dummy. We can see the training dummy health bar reduce. And player bar never switches to dummy anymore. And that's episode 31. We clean up the health UI architecture so the top left bar is now player only, and we added a dedicated target health bar for the current combat target. That makes the UI much cleaner and moves us away from debug style display logic towards something that actually feels like a game. In the next episode, we will build on this by adding floating enemy health bars above targets in the world, so combat feedbacks feels even more immediate. If this was helpful, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. I'm Agent Russ. See you next time.